there is no evidence to believe that Ezekiel Elliott will be better than this, because this has been his M.O. Whereas if I gave you a yes or no bet, we'll put the over-under at half, okay, that over the course of his career, until he retires from the NFL, will Ezekiel Elliott have another run-in with somebody? Something that's on TMZ with him being aggressive, confrontational, maybe a drunken DUI, a speeding at 120 on a highway, some type of weed charge. Do you think that at some point in his career he will be in trouble again?
I'm going to take the over at a half, and I'll do you one better. I would take that over by July 4th of 2020.
So you're saying 1 year from now you think he'll already be in trouble
Well,
again?
hold on. Before you laugh and think that's crazy, every single offseason we have seen something from Zeke Elliott. Have we
Now,
not?
wait a minute.
So why would I think that trend is suddenly going to stop next year? Because he penned a quick, texting email out to everybody after meeting with Goodell? Very nice. Let's see him after the Cowboy season ends and they break camp and he's on his own again.
There's no reason to believe Ezekiel Elliott is going to learn from his mistakes. We have absolutely no evidence that he will. And it doesn't mean that Zeke is the worst guy in the world, because he's done really good charitable work. He's really helped out the Salvation Army. That's really cool. But in terms of just being an adult and not putting yourself in bad situations socially, he's failed every turn. I mean, this is a guy that was suspended for 6 games by the NFL for violence against a woman, investigation into violence against a woman. And then went to a music festival where everybody's doing drugs, and at 3 a.m. started yelling at a woman and not letting her pass. I mean, I don't know. That would seem to me to be the dumbest thing you could do. The absolute dumbest. Doesn't mean he was on drugs at the time, but was she? Was everybody around her? Was everybody around him? Was the entire situation just kind of like people that are drunk and high going crazy at 3 a.m.? I mean, it's 3 a.m. at an EDM festival in Vegas. And that's the place where you're going to once again get into an altercation, even an argument. It's stupid. Zeke is a really good running back, and he makes the Dallas Cowboys a playoff team and a contender. And he is given to the Salvation Army, and that's cool. But in terms of staying out of trouble, he's a doofus. He's a complete immature doofus. And what do we always say? This stems from high school and college into the NFL. At Ohio State, nobody slapped him on the wrist and said, you can't do this. Nobody reprimanded him. Do whatever you want. He got drafted really high because he could do whatever, you can do whatever you want when you're really good. And now the Dallas Cowboys, do you think Jerry is ever threatening to cut him? I mean, Jerry is the biggest sycophant ever of his star players. What do you think Jerry Jones said after the EDM festival event? I mean, had to have made excuses for him, right?
Yeah. Oh, everybody pushes at events like that. Not a big deal.
Zeke, they're watching you, Zeke. They're watching you, and you just got to make sure that, I know you're out there having fun. You didn't do anything wrong, but you just got to be careful, Zeke. You just got to be careful. It's like watching a mosquito getting circumcised. You just got to be real careful with that scalpel.